Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I'm Maria Albina Michael, and with me is Saira Mujtaba with the Midday News. The headlines. President Ramnath Kovind to address the nation today on the eve of the 73rd Republic Day. 939 police personnel awarded medals for gallantry and meritorious service on the occasion of Republic Day. Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Narendra Modi interacts with BJP workers of Gujarat. Filing of nominations begins today for third phase of assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh and single phase election in Punjab. National Voters' Day being celebrated today. Over 162 crore 92 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 93.15%. In badminton, Odisha Open 2022 to kick off at Jawaharlal Nehru Indoor Stadium in Cuttack today. And in Australian Open tennis, Rafael Nadal enters semi-finals. Indian duo Sania Mirza and Rajiv Ram knocked out of the tournament. As the number of COVID-19 cases is rising fast in several parts of the country, we appeal to our listeners to be vigilant and to get fully vaccinated and help others, including children between 15 and 18 years, get vaccinated. With the new Omicron variant of coronavirus causing concern, please continue to follow these 3 simple steps to stay safe. Wear a face mask, maintain 2 gaz ki duri for social distancing, focus on hand and face hygiene. For any COVID-related information and guidance, contact national helpline numbers 011-239-78046 and 1075. And now the news in detail. President Ramnath Kovind will address the nation today on the eve of the 73rd Republic Day. The address will be broadcast from 7 p.m. on the entire national network of All India Radio and telecast over all channels of Doordarshan in Hindi, followed by the English version. Broadcast of the address in Hindi and English on Doordarshan will be followed by broadcast in regional languages by regional channels of Doordarshan. AIR will broadcast regional language versions from 9:30 p.m. onwards on its respective regional networks. The nation will celebrate the 73rd Republic Day tomorrow. The main function will be held at Rajpath in the national capital, where President Ramnath Kovind will take salute of the parade. The celebrations this year are special as the Republic Day falls in the 75th year of independence, being celebrated as Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav across the country. To mark the occasion, the Ministry of Defence has conceptualized a series of new events during the main parade on Rajpath. Several firsts in the parade this time include the launch of Shaheedon Ko Shat Shat Naman program by National Cadet Corps, a grand flypast by 75 aircraft and helicopters of the Indian Air Force, cultural performances by 480 dancers selected through a nationwide Vande Bharatam dance competition, display of 10 scrolls each of 75 meters prepared during the Kala Kumbh event, and installation of 10 large LED screens for a better viewing experience of spectators. Special arrangements have been made to give opportunity to those segments of society which usually do not get to watch the parade. Some sections of auto rickshaw drivers, construction workers, safai karamcharis and frontline health workers have been invited to watch the Republic Day parade. Delhi Police has issued guidelines for people who will attend the parade. It said seating blocks will open at 7 a.m. and visitors are advised to arrive accordingly. Both doses of anti-corona vaccine are mandatory for the visitors and they are requested to bring the vaccine certificate along with them. Delhi Police said children below 15 years of age are not allowed in the function. It said parking is limited and visitors are advised to use carpool or taxi. There will be provision for depositing remote-controlled car lock keys in each parking area. Delhi Police said visitors are required to carry a valid ID card and cooperate in the security check.
This year, there will be a total of 16 marching contingents in the Republic Day Parade. 21 tableaus from different states, union territories, ministries and departments will participate in the Republic Day Parade. Over 27,000 police personnel are deployed in the national capital for the celebration. Strict anti-terrorist measures are being taken and active monitoring along border areas of the national capital is being done. Armed battalions are deployed and drones and other technologies are being used. Along with Delhi police teams, 200 teams of other agencies have been deployed for anti-sabotage checks. Delhi police has fortified areas in and around Rajpath with multi-layer security cover and has installed facial recognition systems and over 300 CCTV cameras. Anupam Mishra, AR News, Delhi.
A total of 939 police personnel have been awarded medals on the occasion of Republic Day 2022. Out of this, 189 police medals are for gallantry and 662 police medals for meritorious service. 88 personnel have been awarded President's Police Medal for distinguished service. Among the majority of 189 gallantry awards, 134 personnel are being awarded for their gallant action in Jammu and Kashmir region, while 47 personnel for their gallant action in left-wing extremist affected areas and 1 person for gallant action in North-East region. Among the personnel receiving gallantry awards, 115 are from J&K Police, 30 from CRPF, 3 from ITBP, 2 from BSF, 3 from SSB, 10 from Chhattisgarh Police, 9 from Odisha Police and 7 from Maharashtra Police and the remaining from the other states and union territories. Delhi metro services will be partially regulated on select metro stations tomorrow as part of security arrangements for the Republic Day celebrations. All metro parking lots will remain closed from 6 a.m. today till 2 p.m. tomorrow, as per the instructions of the Delhi Police. The Delhi Metro yesterday said services on the yellow line from Huda city centre to Samaypur Badli will be partially regulated tomorrow. Entry and exits at Central Secretariat and Udyog Bhavan metro stations will remain closed from the start of revenue services till 12 noon. Central Secretariat station will only be used for interchange of passengers between Yellow Line and Violet Line. Entry and exit at Patel Chowk and Lok Kalyan Marg metro stations will remain closed from 8:45 a.m. to 12 noon.
As India celebrates Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, marking 75 years of India's independence, Doordarshan's coverage of Republic Day this year is not just mega in scale, but also unique in features. Special arrangements have been made in association with Indian Air Force to showcase new elements of flypast along with live coverage of different formations of large fleet of planes which are 75 in number to commemorate 75 years of India's independence. Republic Day live coverage will be broadcast on all channels of Doordarshan across the country starting from 9:15 a.m. tomorrow till the end of event at Rajpath. Live coverage will also be available on DD National, DD News YouTube channels and on News on AIR app and website. Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Narendra Modi today virtually interacted with party workers and party committee members of the party in Gujarat. During the interaction, Mr. Modi guided party workers and party office bearers on important issues. Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Mr. Modi also congratulated the voters on the occasion of National Voters' Day today. He also asked for suggestions from the party workers to serve the people more efficiently. State BJP President C.R. Patil had joined this interaction from BJP State Headquarters, Kamalam, in Gandhinagar. Thousands of BJP workers across the state have joined the interaction with Prime Minister Modi. The process of filing nominations for the third phase of assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh and single-phase elections in Punjab has begun today with the issuance of notification. Uttar Pradesh is going to polls in 7 phases from the 10th of February to the 7th of March. The third phase of polling in Uttar Pradesh will be conducted on the 20th of February in 59 assembly constituencies from 16 districts, including 15 ACs reserved for the scheduled castes. In addition, single-phase polling in Punjab will be held simultaneously. All the 117 assembly constituencies in the state will go to polls together in this phase. During the UP third phase and single-phase polling in Punjab, nominations can be filed till the 1st of February and scrutiny will be undertaken on 2nd of February.
The last date for withdrawal of candidature will be 4th of February. Total of 2,15,75,430 electors will be eligible to exercise their franchise during the third phase in Uttar Pradesh. Punjab has a total of 2,13,88,764 electors, including 2,12,75,066 general and 1,13,698 service voters. The total strength of the House is 117, out of which 34 seats are reserved for the scheduled caste. Meanwhile, the picture of the electoral contest in the first phase of UP Assembly elections will become clear on Thursday, which is the last date for withdrawal of candidature. In all, 658 nominations were found valid during scrutiny. In this phase, 58 assembly constituencies, including 9 reserved for the scheduled caste, will go to polls on the 10th of February. The second phase of polling in Uttar Pradesh will be conducted on 14th of February in 55 assembly constituencies from 9 districts, including 9 ACs reserved for scheduled castes. In addition, single-phase polling in 2 states of Goa and Uttarakhand will be held simultaneously. 40 seats in Goa and 70 seats in Uttarakhand will go to polls together in this phase. During the UP second phase and single-phase polling in 2 states, nominations can be filed till the 28th and scrutiny will be undertaken on 29th of January. The last date for withdrawal of candidature will be 31st of January. A total of 2,142,441 electors will be eligible to exercise their franchise during the second phase in Uttar Pradesh. Goa has a total of 11,56,762 electors, including 11,56,464 general and 298 service voters. The total strength of the House is 40, out of which 1 seat is reserved for the scheduled castes. Uttarakhand has a total of 82,38,187 electors, including 81,43,922 general and 94,265 service voters, along with 68,478 PWD voters. The total strength of the House is 70, out of which 13 seats are reserved for scheduled castes and 2 seats reserved for scheduled tribes. In view of the prevailing COVID-19 pandemic and rising cases of Omicron variant across the country, the Election Commission has laid focus on COVID-safe elections with maximum participation. The poll body said political parties and contesting candidates shall ensure the compliance of COVID-appropriate behavior and guidelines and model code of conduct at all occasions during the activities connected with elections. All remaining restrictions contained in the revised broad guidelines for conduct of elections 2022, issued on 8th of January, will continue to operate.
Senior Congress leader and former Union Minister R.P.N. Singh has quit the Congress party. In his resignation letter addressed to party President Sonia Gandhi, Mr. Singh said he is resigning from the primary membership of the party with immediate effect. Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu today urged the Election Commission and the citizens to ensure a voter turnout of 75% in the next general elections to make electoral democracy more inclusive. He also sought consensus on simultaneous polls to all the 3 tiers of federal setup and move towards better governance by focusing our attention on all-round development of our people. In his address on the occasion of the 12th National Voters' Day, Mr. Naidu stressed that no voter should be left behind and urged the citizens to judge the contestants in the elections on merit. As Mr. Naidu is in home isolation in Hyderabad after testing COVID-19 positive, his address was read out at the event in New Delhi. Speaking on the occasion, Union Law Minister Kiren Rijiju said those who are trying to discredit the Election Commission are actually trying to discredit the democracy of India. Chief Election Commissioner Sushil Chandra said the right to vote was bestowed upon every adult citizen of India at the same time as the country got freedom. For a newly independent country with a literacy rate of 18%, this was truly a radical move. On the occasion, national awards for the best electoral practices for the year 2021-22 were conferred on state and district level officers for their outstanding performance in the conduct of elections in different spheres. The National Media Award was given to All India Radio, Regional News Unit Head of Guwahati, Mansa Pratim Sarma, for voter awareness. The theme for this year's Voters' Day is making elections inclusive, accessible and participative.
India's COVID-19 vaccination coverage has crossed 162 crore 92 lakh. More than 62 lakh vaccine doses were administered in the last 24 hours. The recovery rate currently stands at 93.15%. A total of 2,55,874 new cases were reported in the last 24 hours. India's active caseload currently stands at over 22,36,000. The weekly positivity rate is presently at 17.17%. Over 2,67,000 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours. The government has said that more than 162 crore 97 lakh COVID vaccine doses have been provided to states and union territories so far. The Health Ministry today said over 13 crore 42 lakh unutilized vaccine doses are still available with the states and union territories. You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. President Ramnath Kovind to address the nation today on eve of 73rd Republic Day. 939 police personnel awarded medals for gallantry and meritorious service on the occasion of Republic Day. Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Narendra Modi interacts with BJP workers of Gujarat. Filing of nominations begins today for third phase of assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh and single phase election in Punjab. National Voters' Day being celebrated today. Over 162 crore 92 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 93.15%. In badminton, Odisha Open 2022 to kick off at Jawaharlal Nehru Indoor Stadium in Cuttack today. And in Australian Open tennis, Rafael Nadal enters semi-finals. Indian duo of Sania Mirza and Rajiv Ram knocked out of the tournament. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts.
चलो मिलकर एक शुरुआत करें, चलो एक फैसला आज करें, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे, चलो एक इरादा करते हैं, चलो खुद से वादा करते हैं, मास्क नहीं तो टोकेंगे, कोरोना को रोकेंगे.
President Ramnath Kovind, the Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have greeted the people of Himachal Pradesh on their statehood day. Referring to the state as Dev Bhumi, he said that it is a prominent centre of spirituality, culture and tourism. He expressed confidence that the diligent residents of Himachal Pradesh will take the state to the pinnacle of modern development while protecting their cultural heritage. In a tweet, Mr. Naidu said that snow-capped mountains, bounteous rivers, misty pine forests and picturesque waterfalls make the state a kaleidoscope of nature. The Vice President extended his best wishes for the prosperity of Himachal Pradesh. In a tweet, Prime Minister hoped that the state continues to grow and contribute to country's development. National Tourism Day is being celebrated today. The day is observed on the 25th of January every year to celebrate the diversity of the country. The theme for this year is Rural and Community-Centric Tourism. The Ministry of Tourism is observing this day under the aegis of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav.
Tourism Minister G. Kishan Reddy has greeted everyone on National Tourism Day today. In a tweet, he said tourism is important to the nation's economy. Mr. Reddy urged everyone to commit to promoting its sustainable development. He also asked everyone to resolve to focus on rural tourism. And now, let's listen to our special program, Azadi Ka Safar, highlighting the importance of the day during the freedom struggle.
Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. Birth of a Nation. India's glorious freedom struggle is one of the greatest struggles the modern world has ever witnessed. AIR News brings you a glimpse of the struggle every day.
In today's episode, we remember revolutionary freedom fighter Manabendranath Roy, who died on the 25th of January, 1954.
M. N. Roy was born on 22nd March 1887 at Arbelia, North 24 Parganas of West Bengal. Towards the end of the 19th century, revolutionary nationalism began to spread in Bengal. Roy was inspired by the writings of Bankim Chandra Chatterjee and Vivekanand. In the wake of the partition of Bengal, he came in contact with the militant nationalists and was introduced to the Anushilan Samiti of Aurobindo Ghosh.
He worked with Bagha Jatin and was arrested in 1910 in the Howrah-Shibpur conspiracy case. On release, Roy travelled in the garb of a sannyasi until 1914.
At the outbreak of the First World War, an emissary from Berlin came to Calcutta and assured revolutionaries of German help. Accordingly, M. N. Roy was sent to Batavia to negotiate the deal with the German Consul General. It was arranged that a shipment of arms and ammunition would be delivered in the Sundarban area. However, the cargo did not arrive. When M. N. Roy went back to Batavia, he found the German diplomats non-cooperating. He resolved not to return to India without arms. He pursued his mission by contacting the revolutionaries in Indochina, the Philippines, Korea, Japan and the USA.
When American police began to round up Indian revolutionaries in the USA in 1917 as German spies, Roy fled to Mexico. He delivered lectures and published articles on India and the US foreign policy of the Monroe Doctrine that created a sensation. Lenin invited Roy to participate in the Second World Congress of the Communist International in Moscow in 1920. Later, Roy was placed in charge of the Asian Bureau of Communist International with headquarters at Tashkent.
Roy came to India in 1930 and was arrested and tried for sedition. On his release in November 1936, Roy joined the Indian National Congress. With the declaration of World War II, M. N. Roy condemned the rising fascism in Germany and Italy, instead supported England and France in the fight against fascism. He left the Congress Party and created the Radical Democratic Party in 1940.
M. N. Roy devoted the last years of his life to the formulation of an alternative philosophy which he called radical humanism. Radical humanism was based on the latest developments in the field of biology and social sciences. It is called radical humanism because M. N. Roy refuted the existence of God and other extraworldly realities in a radical way. We salute the great nationalist.
We also remember revolutionary freedom fighter Anant Singh, who died on 25th January 1979. He was one of the leading participants in the revolutionary Chittagong Armory raid.
Anant Singh was born in Chittagong on the 1st of December 1903. Anant Singh left his studies and soon became one of the closest associates of Surya Sen. He used to make bombs and cartridges for the people working for the revolution.
Anand's organizational skills were of great assistance in the raiding of the Chittagong Armory. When he and his group lost control of Chittagong in the incident, they took shelter in French territory of Chandannagar, but surrendered before the police commissioner in Kolkata on hearing the news of the trial and torture of his comrades. He planned to blow up the jail with a dynamite blast, but was caught while planting the bomb on the jail wall. Anant Singh and 9 others were deported to Andaman Islands. He started a hunger strike inside the prison and, at Rabindranath's intervention, was moved to a jail in mainland India. He was set free 1 year before independence in 1946.
Anant Singh wrote several books describing his experience as a revolutionary. Among his notable works are Chottagram Yuva Bidroh, Agnigarbha Chottagram, Masterda and Swapna O Sadhana. We salute the great revolutionary.
That brings us to the end of this episode of Azadi Ka Safar with AIR News. See you in the next episode tomorrow.
Best wishes to all consumers for Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Hallmark ensures purity of gold. Always purchase hallmarked gold jewellery. For any consumer-related complaints, please contact National Consumer Helpline's toll-free number 14404. Issued in public interest by Department of Consumer Affairs, Government of India. Jago Grahak Jago.
In Maharashtra, at least 7 students of a medical college in Wardha district died in an accident today at wee hours at Selsura village of Wardha. President Ramnath Kovind, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu and Prime Minister Narendra Modi have expressed sadness at the untimely death of students of a medical institution in a road accident near Selsura in Maharashtra. The Prime Minister has announced an ex gratia of 2 lakh rupees each from PM National Relief Fund to the next of kin of those who lost their lives in the accident. Those who are injured would be given 50,000 rupees.
On to sports now. In badminton, Odisha Open 2022 will kick off at the Jawaharlal Nehru Indoor Stadium in Cuttack at 2 p.m. from today. Over 300 shutters from a total of 18 countries will lock horns against each other to win in the categories of men's and women's singles, men's and women's doubles, apart from mixed doubles. And in Australian Open tennis tournament, Spanish 6th seed Rafael Nadal beat Denis Shapovalov and entered the semi-finals. In mixed doubles, team of Sania Mirza and Rajiv Ram were knocked out of the tournament. In the other women's singles quarterfinals, top seed Ashley Barty will be locking horns with American Jessica Pegula this afternoon for a place in the last 4. Home favourite Barty defeated American Amanda Anisimova in the 4th round, while 21st seed Pegula eased past 5th seed Maria Sakkari.
The Sensex and the Nifty today added marginally in the afternoon trade. Both stocks gained even as the cues from other Asian equity markets were negative. The Sensex was trading near 57,600 while the Nifty was trading near 17,200 points. The BSE in Sensex climbed 117 points or 0.2% to trade at 57,608 and the NSE Nifty jumped 50 points or 0.29% to trade at 17,200 when reports last came in. Now let us take a look at the weather update for the day. The national capital Delhi will have a cold day. It recorded a minimum temperature of 6 degrees Celsius while the maximum will be around 16 degrees. Mumbai will have a mainly clear sky. It noted a minimum temperature of 15 degrees Celsius while the maximum is expected to be around 26 degrees. Chennai will also have a generally cloudy sky with light rain or drizzle. There will not be much change in temperature as it will vary between 23 and 26 degrees Celsius. Let us give you glimpses of some of our upcoming programs today. First, we have lined up Amrit Mahotsav quiz in Hindi at 8 a.m. News Bulletin, followed by Amrit Mahotsav quiz in English at 8:30 a.m. News Bulletin. Then we have vignettes from our freedom movement in the program Azadi Ka Safar in Hindi at 8:20 a.m., 2:50 p.m. and 8:20 p.m. It is followed by Azadi Ka Safar in English at 8:50 a.m., 2:20 p.m. and 8:50 p.m. At 4:30 p.m. in our program Parikrama, we bring you Chunavi Halchal, snippets from poll-bound states. It will be followed by a special series Aparajita at 4:45 p.m. in which we will talk about heroic tales of revolutionary leader Preeti Lata Vadedar in the program Parikrama. Between 9:30 and 10 p.m. we bring for you preparations in the run-up to India's 73rd Republic Day celebrations in English. From 10 p.m. to 12 midnight, Sarva Bhasha Rashtriya Kavi Sammelan will be broadcast in Hindi. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. President Ramnath Kovind to address the nation today on the eve of the 73rd Republic Day. 939 police personnel awarded medals for gallantry and meritorious services on the occasion of Republic Day. Prime Minister and senior BJP leader Narendra Modi interacts with BJP workers of Gujarat. Filing of nominations begins today for third phase of assembly polls in Uttar Pradesh and single phase election in Punjab. National Voters' Day being celebrated today. Over 162 crore 92 lakh doses of COVID vaccine administered in the country so far. Recovery rate stands at 93.15%. In badminton, Odisha Open 2022 to kick off at Jawaharlal Nehru Indoor Stadium in Cuttack today. And in Australian Open tennis, Rafael Nadal enters semi-finals. Indian duo Sania Mirza, Rajiv Ram knocked out of the tournament. And with that, we end the midday news.